What is up, my fish tank guys and girls? Welcome to another Saltwater rookie update. I've had this tank for quite some time, but I'm always learning something new with it. There's always something going wrong. There's always something that's off a little bit. And I want to give you guys an update and let you know what the newest, most maddening thing ever has been with the BioCube here. Stay tuned. So my BioCube was running really smoothly. I had a pencil urchin inside the BioCube for quite some time. It helped me to cut down on my green algae, and at one point I had no green algae in the tank anymore. Now initially I started to get green algae because I was being pretty lazy when it came to my water changes. I wasn't doing them often enough. I was kind of blowing it off. I kind of thought to myself, well, I can catch up later. And what ended up happening is the green algae started taking over, and it was a massive headache for me to remove. I actually had to get more inverts. Like I mentioned, I got a pencil urchin that just wreaked havoc on my aquarium. He went all over the place. He was knocking over corals left and right because they're, I don't know, did they have eyes? I don't think so, right? They were just blind. He's just blind, just plowing through things. It was crazy. But at the end of the day, all my green hair algae was gone, which was really awesome. So, much to my dismay and surprise, the green algae started coming back again. Well, I checked my logs. I keep a log because I'm a nerd, because I'm the fish tank guy. I keep a log of when I do maintenance on my aquariums. You should too, actually. If that's one lesson that you glean from this video, this saltwater rookie video, is keep a log of when you do water changes and when you add or remove things from your aquarium. Because it might feel like you did a water change 2 weeks ago, and you'll look and you'll see it was 6 weeks ago. Like, time just flies by, right? So when I looked at my log, I noticed it had been 3 months since I did a water change in my BioCube. Shame on me. It was happening again, and I let it happen. So I decided, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of water changes close together to see if I can't help take care of the green hair algae problem, get myself back on track, and get myself to at least a water change every 2 to 3 weeks, at the very least a water change once a month. So, did a few water changes, topped off the tank in between, and noticed the green hair algae was still there. So, I did a blackout. Blackout worked pretty good. Took the old garbage bag off the BioCube and noticed that most of the green hair algae was gone. Some of it was still there, which I was surprised about. So I did my best to kind of remove it. Did another water change. Week went by. Topped off the tank a couple times. Noticed the green hair algae coming back again. At this point, I'm just like, no. It's infuriating. If you guys, many of you have probably had green hair algae problems in the past. You know what it's like. It's really frustrating. It's hard to get rid of. I was using a toothbrush. Some people say don't use a toothbrush, right? You don't want to pull it out in clumps or whatever. I didn't really have like a lot of clumps. Like, it was just kind of all over, but it was sort of, kind of small. So like, got a bunch of inverts, threw the pencil urchin back in there again, let him just go crazy, right? And, sure enough, he helped cut down on it, and the blackouts helped, but still was seeing some green hair algae. Well, let this be a lesson to you from me who learned a lesson. Remember how I mentioned casually in between, I was topping off the tank. A couple weeks went by, I topped off the tank. Well, my TDS meter had run out of batteries. And, being the old, it'd be fine, right? It's fine, TDS, it's fine, right? It's never gone up all that much. My TDS has never gone up that much. Well, I replaced the batteries in my TDS meter and dipped the meter into a cup of water fresh out of the RODI system, and it was reading at 10. And then it was reading at 12. And it was kind of creeping up little by little because my primary membrane in my RODI unit had basically been exhausted. So the salt water that I've been performing water changes with was fine because I made the salt water in one giant batch a couple months ago when the TDS was definitely 0. I check. Every time I make salt water, I check to make sure the TDS is 0. I'll tell you what, every time I make regular water that's top off water, I'm also going to be making sure that it's 0. But what had happened is at some point between when I made that batch and when I was generating gallons of just RODI water to top off the tanks, that TDS level crept up. So every time I started making some progress and I would top off the tank with a half gallon or a gallon of water, because it's kind of warm here right now and it evaporates fairly quickly, I was just creating the problem over again for myself, living in a circle of madness and slowly descend, I can't even talk, into the depths of mental despair. So yeah, so that's my lesson for the week here, or the month, or whatever you want to call it. I'll take you guys through the tank. I'll just do a quick pan, show you some of what's going on. The cabbage leathers are getting out of hand. I actually need to remove some and put them downstairs into my my reef tank. They are starting to be a hog of all the water, or no, they're starting to be the water. They're starting to be a hog of all the light in the tank. So I'm going to be trimming that back a little bit. My Incredible Hulk SPS took a huge hit through all of the green hair algae growth. That's why there's a lot of bleaching there, but I think it's still going to be recoverable once I get the system back on track. You know, my freaking frog spawn fell off down here into the sand. I need to get back on that, but it's just, this tank has just been incredibly frustrating lately. My Trachophilia looks great now that I've done some water changes. I have not done any water top-offs since my last water change. I'm waiting for replacement filters and membranes to come in, and then I'll get back to doing top-offs, and I'll actually do another water change or two now I know what the problem is. My bird's nest also took a hit. It's a little bleach from all the blackouts and from the green hair algae. The biggest loss in the aquarium, hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, what's going on? I don't know if you can see it, but my new Dwight down there, he's cool. He's a man. He's hanging out. My Favia, my war coral, took the biggest hit. It really doesn't like green hair algae. It's almost like toxic to it. So if it starts growing nearby, it basically will start flaking away and breaking off. So I'm really sad about that. I don't know if I'll be able to recover it, but I hope that I will. And in addition to that, there are a few other zoas and things periodically placed throughout the tank. All of the coral right now, they don't look good because I was so frustrated and obsessed with figuring out this green hair algae issue. I didn't care a lick about where the coral was placed, if it was getting good flow, if it was getting food and all that. So it doesn't look great, but I'm hoping that the next update will be a very, very big step up from this one. I don't remember if in the last video I talked about this, but I got a Fang Blenny. If I did, I'm going to show him again. But he is the 4th fish in this tank. I've been running 3 fish in this tank for a long, long time. 2 clowns and Ron, the Watchman Goby. And now I've got the Fang Blenny, who's doing really well. He gets along with the other fish, and he's not afraid to get in there during feeding time and like take his share, right? The clownfish, they're brutal, man. They'll take all the food, but the Fang Blenny is holding his own, which is cool. So that's all I've got. You know, once again, I'm the fish tank guy. Thank you so much for checking out this video and checking out my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Stay tuned. I will do more Saltwater Rookie updates. I promise you I'm going to do the lighting upgrade when the tank doesn't look like garbage. I promise. I also have this nice little addition here with an interesting modification to the door that if you guys are interested in, I can hook you up with, but I'll talk to you about that in a future video as well. So that's all I've got. Thanks again for watching, and until a future fish tank guy video, I will see you guys soon.